Hello, Natalie Hunt. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Oh, amazing. It is so nice to see your face. And we'd like
Oh,
to say thank you for coming and doing this first little mini masters series with us here at mtda. We're so pleased to have you with us. Thank you so much.
I'm excited to be here.
So good to see you. It's so good to see you. So we should explain that obviously Natalie is somebody that we've known for a long time, and she's very graciously agreed to come and talk to us in this sort of visual podcast type thing, really, isn't it? All about you. And we've decided to call your series Warts and All, and we'll find out later on what the significance of warts and all is.
Yeah.
So let's get in with some questions, because we want to know all about you and your story, really, because you're a pretty cool kind of cat, and we want to get the info and the lowdown on you.
Thanks.
So Nat, tell us,
Yes.
how did you begin in performing arts generally? What age were you? What was going on? How did it all kick off?
So I was, how old was I? I think my mum tried to put me in ballet lessons at the age of about 6, and I hated it and I quit.
But why?
I don't know. I did quite a few things as a child, I think. Gymnastics came above ballet for some reason at that point. Oh, how the tables have turned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I started, gymnastics, which obviously is performing. I did a lot of that type of thing, which I loved and I still do. But really, I didn't really go into performing until I came to Stratford. Really.
Okay.
I was in year 5 and I did The Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
And I played,
were we?
no, I played Glinda.
Oh, well, of course.
It was a primary school production. So
Yeah.
I was up there and I remember crying because I didn't get Dorothy. It was a sad day.
Sad time.
But yeah, I was Glinda in that. And then I don't really think I did anything. I did drama at secondary school, which I loved, which I picked as an option. And I did that and I loved that. And it's funny really because that's obviously, just acting. I didn't do any dancing or singing in that. But I loved it. And I remember my final piece that I did at GCSE, my practical, I loved. I did it with one of my friends, Rufus, and we both got A stars, which was a bit of a, proud moment. I was buzzing. I remember
that, can you?
I literally, you couldn't at that point. There's no such thing as an A star.
No, well.
But yeah, that's kind of, I really like that. And I didn't know what to do with my life after school because I knew I needed to do something.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at loads of different places to do A levels, and because at that point I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was kind of looking in all kind of different aspects, I guess. And I remember going to one school and thinking, if I did A levels, this is where I'd do them, because I could have done art, which I liked at school. I did art GCSE. I could have done theatre studies, which obviously links them from drama. And I could have done photography, which I liked. So they were 3 subjects that I knew wouldn't be too heavy on the brain. I mean, I got my grades, but I wasn't a very academic kind of gal. I loved the practical type of thing. So yeah, and I just thought if I had to do A levels, I'd do them here, and do those ones. But I just don't. Obviously, then came to Stratford at an open evening and thought, oh, let's have a look. So I was looking at all different courses. I think me and my mum came. And I remember walking up the stairs into something like FF12. I think that's where you were. And Al, you were on the keys. And I remember seeing Charlotte there, Charlotte Moody. Well, she's not Charlotte Moody anymore, is she?
Onslow Major.
Oh, that's
barreled now. Oh yeah, very exclusive.
Yeah, I remember seeing you guys, if I remember correctly, doing chair spray.
That's the
to get
one. Hairspray on chairs. I mean, what could
hairspray
go
on
wrong?
chairs. And I remember just thinking, that's what I want to do. And that
Wow.
was it.
So
It was,
that was like your inspirational moment then,
yeah.
that made you think, right, I'm not going to do A levels, I'm not going to do other stuff.
Mm-mm.
It was seeing that in that environment that did it.
Yeah, I remember seeing, because there was a few people, Banbury people that I knew. So I knew Nathan and I knew Connor and I knew Josh, and I remember thinking, oh, if they can do it, I can, kind of thing. I don't know. I just thought, let's just try it. And I mean, there we go. I did my audition. Let's not talk about that though. It wasn't very.
No, let's talk about that. Come on, auditions. We're here. It's warts and all. I mean, we'll find out more about warts and all later. But come on, what happened at the audition? What happened? What did you think was going on?
Well, I didn't have a clue really.
Okay.
Like I said, I hadn't done anything, and I remember getting an email from Morley attached with a list of what I had to pick to sing, and I sang "I Am Changing" from Dreamgirls.
Yes, of course you did. Love it.
Because at that point you don't really know that you kind of meant to go towards something that you could be cast as, and well, let's be honest, I could not be cast as well, I couldn't be cast as that character in Dreamgirls. So it's kind of a bit of a funny one. I mean, I just remember listening to the song and loving it and thought, all right,
and it's an amazing song, and actually you sung it well, didn't you? I mean, your singing's been a good thing for you, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been there's been a few arguments within singing with my voice and myself. But yeah, we're getting there.
Good.
So,
So that's like the run up to college then.
So how was your time at college? What were your challenges or any tough moments that you had?
Okay, so I feel like in first year I was a bit quieter. I think I came out my shell in second year, but first year I remember, I made some great friends in first year. I remember having, really finding my niche, I want to say. I've found some very good friends, and I remember the projects were crazy. I remember with all 42 of us, it was mental.
It was big, wasn't it?
It was very big.
Wow.
Very big, but it made us sound great. So
you did make a good sound. You could definitely churn out a tune, couldn't you?
Yes, yeah. And I remember thinking, when we found out our first project, Sound of Music and Sister Act, I remember being so happy, being buzzing about it. I was like, all right, yeah, that's because I didn't even, at that point, I still didn't really know what the 2 years were gonna entail. I didn't know what was gonna happen, and I remember finding out and being like, all right, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a solo part in Sister Mary Lazarus. I was in what song was it?
Don't know how you do what you do.
It was Take Me to Heaven. It was Take Me to Heaven. And I remember, actually, Al, that's funny, actually, I've just got to say, I can't remember what we had to sing. We had to do a mini audition for it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I sang, but I remember you saying to me, we had those one-to-ones at some point. I don't know what, I think they were like the progress things or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying, wasn't expecting that, Nat, from my audition.
There you go.
And I thought, oh, it might have been all right then.
Yeah. Signs of things to come. That wasn't it?
I was like, okay. So yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed that, actually. Thinking back now, everyone always, a lot of people, it was always a thing that our year used to talk about quite a lot, which is a bit random, but it was. We all used to, I think we enjoyed it a lot more than we let on.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that statement. Yeah, sometimes you made us work hard, didn't you?
Yes.
You lot.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun though. We had a lot of fun.
And then we did Chair Cargo.
Chair Cargo, yes.
Yes.
And that was quite a challenge in itself, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I would say that I was quite optimistic about it. I feel like a lot of people were a bit more like, really? Chicago in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know, the whole time of the process, I feel like I kind of just was like, let's just give it our best shot, guys. Let's not, you know, don't get so bogged down about it. Yeah, it's Chicago, and you can't stand on your feet and do a dance like you would. And a lot of people, I guess, thought Chicago's quite a dancey Bob Fosse. You know, it's that type of musical. Why are we sitting down the whole time? But I remember that was a bit crazy, bit of a swing, wasn't it?
It was swing chair cargo, and in the end, it did make the national press, didn't it?
Yes,
We did
it
very
did.
well.
Yeah.
Lots of newspaper coverage. It was quite an inspirational moment, really. I found it inspirational, but I was the audience. It was slightly different for me.
Yeah. My parents loved that. They still talk about that now, when we did that. And I remember I learned probably, I think, 5 out of the 6 cell block tango things.
Very good.
I think they were my swings.
Who did you miss out?
Velma.
And can you recite Hunyak's Hungarian section? No. See, a lot of people, I don't think, learn that, do they? They just say words and go blah, 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 blah.
I did learn it, I think, but I just can't remember it. It was a long time ago, Al. 4 years.
Gosh, 4 years. Wow.
Since I was in first year.
So would you say, like, in first year, then there was like a crunch point moment in first year? So like your crunch point moment leading up to college was when you came to college. It's like, okay, this has sort of realigned me. Was there a crunch point or maybe a difficult moment in year 1 of college?
Yeah, I think especially in acting.
Okay.
Because I think everyone seemed to be very confident within their acting ability, and I wasn't.
Why?
I think it's because it was things like improv. That type of thing used to scare me off. I used to think, I can't do that. I can't get up. I used to think I can't get up and make a fool out of myself, because that's what I used to think I was doing. But really, it was now, you know, in an improv class, it would be completely different. But back then, I do feel like that's what scared me. And it was things like accents and stuff and all that type of thing that I've never ever done, like, since, you know, before then. I'd never ever done them. So, and I remember I had lessons with Kat, and we did some accents. And we had to go around the circle and say a line, and I just used to sound the opposite to what I was meant to be. Like, it was just, I don't know, that's what used to worry me, I think. And especially seeing because we had so many people in our year group, there was so much talent, I guess. You know, whether, I don't know, I just think that was probably it, being a bit too worried about other people around me.
Yeah.
And not focusing so much on myself.
Interesting. Okay. So as we moved into year 2 then, what happened in year 2? And I think we're getting close to the warts and all incident, aren't we? So year 2 then, give us the highlights.
So year 2, we started off with what? Audition prep.
Yeah,
audition prep. So what did we do? I think it was a different song once a week, or you know, and of a different that's what it was. Before summer in first year, you gave us a list of different, you know, legit ballad, legit up tempo, contemporary ballad, so on and so on. Very good. I remember every week thinking, over summer, I remember trying to find songs and thinking, well, I can't sing that, I can't. That's what I do, find songs that I love that I can't sing. Just bit too high, or you know, not quite right for me. And I used to think, oh well, maybe I could sing a bit that's not hard. And I remember one week doing that, and you said, why did you pick that cut? I was like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It was the best bit, I thought. Yeah, I like that bit. I like the actor's intentions at that bit.
The very start of the song.
Yeah. With a 16-bar cut with 8 bars of introduction. Yes, I know that old trick.
Yeah, I think that's what I did. I can't lie. But yeah, I remember doing that. Was good. That was good practice. A lot of people have said to me, and I remember, this is skipping forward, but actually starting foundation, people that had come just from, either other colleges or just sixth form didn't have a clue how to walk into a room and introduce themselves because they hadn't done that type of thing. So knowing how, although at the time we probably all thought it's not hard, you just walk into a room and say hello. Like it does, it works. Like you need to be able to kind of do it in a good way and not
Oh, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
don't put your back to the panel, shut the door behind you with your arms like this and then walk towards them.
Love it.
Always remember that.
We spent a lot of time, didn't we, doing it? And I think I remember with your year, we had Ofsted in as well. And the session that I was seen in by this Ofsted inspector was your walk-in session. And you were all coming in and doing the walk-in. And that's when, Ofsted saw what we do.
Yeah.
But it does work and it does make a difference.
Yeah, 100%.
So you'd done your audition prep and that prepared you, didn't it, for the audition for the second project?
Yes.
And what was that? Let's talk about it because we're getting to the detail now. This is the warts and all bit. So go on, give us the spiel.
So, second year, project 1, we do a musical. Our year, being the size it was, did 2 musicals. And I auditioned. Well, the 2 musicals were, Cinderella and Honk. Ooh, Honk.
Honk.
The story of the ugly duckling, if you don't know.
Music, beautifully.
Yes. And I, prepared Cinderella from Cinderella, as I do. And I, to be honest, I fudged that audition. It was awful. Absolutely awful, because I only decided last minute that I was going to do it. Do you know this? I don't know whether you know
I don't
this.
think you've ever told me this. No.
So before I came in to you, probably because that whole morning we were doing those auditions because there were so many of us, took so long. And I remember I was in the afternoon and I remember me and Grace were coming in to do the fairy godmother. Both of us. I was going to go for the fairy godmother and sing Impossible. And I'd learnt that. And I'd learnt all the words to be the fairy godmother. Last minute, I thought I'm going to be Cinderella.
Whoosh! And with a swish of her wand.
Yeah. And then next thing I know, I'm doing the scene with Grace. She's the fairy godmother. I'm Cinderella. To be honest, I got the script right for some normally that type of thing. No chance would I learn that in, a morning. I'm not, that's one thing that is a bit tough for me. I'm not, but I'd done it and I thought, all right, didn't go too, I thought that went better than the singing. That's what I'm going to say. The singing, well, I think it was, what song was it? I think it was 10 minutes ago from Cinderella. And let's be honest, all the words are exactly the same. 10 minutes ago, I met you, blah, blah, blah. I didn't sing that though. I just stopped singing. I remember I stopped singing and I was like,
oh dear.
Oh no. And I remember Charlotte saying to me, do you want to have a quick look at the words? And I was like, yes, please. What a mess. Why did I do that? Well, anyway, it all happens for a reason, doesn't it?
It does.
Because I got recalled for the bullfrog from Honk.
So you went for Cinderella and you then recalled for the toad or the frog. The bullfrog. The bullfrog.
And when I found out that, I was a bit like, it's only a recall. It's fine.
There's still hope.
I might not get that. And I remember going home, and at that point, even though I didn't really want that part, I thought I'm just going to learn it as well as I think I only had a night to learn it.
Yeah, it was quick turnaround, definitely.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, let's just learn it, let's do it, get it done. I'm not going to try and be that person that pretends they don't know it, kind of. Do you know what I mean? Don't want to be that person just because I don't want a part. Just pretend like I don't know what I'm doing and then whatever. So that'll look worse. So I learnt the song, and I think you actually said to us we could have the script for the scene. I want to say
We were feeling generous, I think.
The scene I had to do was quite long, I think, because it was the whole shebang, scene and song. And yeah, that was fine. I mean, I guess it went better than my Cinderella audition because I got the part.
You did. You did.
I got the bullfrog.
You did.
And from that moment on, I was the bullfrog, and that was it. And I cried my eyes out when I found out. Absolutely bawled my eyes out. Phil told me to get a grip. As I remember, if I'm remembering correctly, I think Phil said to me, "Get a grip, Nat." And I was like crying, like.
Yeah. And this was proper crying. I mean, I would go so far as to say this: you were blarting.
Yes, it was just. I was being a bit of a drama queen.
You a drama queen?
Would you believe? Yeah, I don't know. Part of it was because it was my first musical in second year, a full musical. In first year, it's adaptions, right? Second year, full on musical.
Yeah.
And I wanted my mum to be able to watch me, but she went on holiday. She got back the day of the last Cinderella. So that's why I wanted to be in Cinderella, because she would have been able to come and see me.
As Cinderella?
As Cinderella.
You had it all planned.
I know. And then, that hit me, and she came to watch dress rehearsal before she went on holiday, which I guess was okay. But
she did. We let her in. The lovely Hazel Hunt, and in she came.
Yeah. Yes.
So that was quite a moment then, wasn't it, for you? So what happened? What changed then? Because obviously you'd not got the part you wanted. You got upset about your mum. Yeah. What was going on, like inside your brain, inside your mind? How did you sort of recover?
I just remember I think it was because me and Luke Keane used to come in the car together. I used to pick him up in Ettington, and we used to come to college. And I think it was that, because he was the ugly duckling, and we would listen to the Honk soundtrack in the car on our way to college. And I remember, I think one day I said to him, "Oh, I actually quite like the song." It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. What's the song called, Natalie?
What's and all?
What's and all? There we are.
That's my song.
And it actually gave you a bit of a catchphrase, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ribbit! Oh, there it is.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
I set you up then and everything. Ribbit came out quite a bit then, didn't it? And it became your name, actually. And it featured on a garment or two, didn't it?
Yes. And you know why Ribbit came about? Obviously because it's a frog, but because I remember one day in Charlotte was directing us, and I remember she said to me, "Can you make a frog-like noise?" And I said, "What does a bullfrog sound like, Charlotte?" So we're all, the whole cast of Honk, sat in a rehearsal in DG3, and we're watching videos of a bullfrog on YouTube. all of us, all 20 of us, however many it was.
As you do.
Yeah, all watching and trying to make the noise of bullfrog. Every single person in that room, I think, tried to do that.
Yeah.
And I thought, "Charlotte, I can't do that loud. It's like it's not like a really loud noise." And she said, "All right, well, just see what happens." And I was like, "All right, then, I will." And then it was the end of the song, and I just went, "Ribbit!" like that. And she was like, "I love it."
Yeah.
That's where it came from.
And that became your signature sound, didn't it, really?
Yeah.
And it was
I wanted to do it at the end of I Dreamed
a
Dream in Musicals Rock, but I didn't think I'd quite get away with it.
No.
Would have been a bit too much, I think. Yeah.
Someone's gonna love ya. What's that?
house. Oh, goodbye and thank you. And if you do find yourself in the junkyard, do call in. I'd love you to meet my family.
Oh, of course I will. Stay warm, stay cheerful. See ya!
Ribbit, ribbit.